welcome back to Bachelor Buzz, the best place to come for recaps on your favorite reality TV dating show and the latest in Bachelor Nation news. We're your hosts, Arena
and Julia, and today we're so excited to bring to you the recap of season 21, The Bachelorette with Jen Tran, episode 3.
Yes.
Today we are getting buzzed. I'm getting buzzed. Arena's got her, you know what? Sparkling water seems buzzy. It's like the buzzy water. We're going to call it that from now on. Yes. Buzzy water. I actually made a cocktail and I think it's amazing. So I'm definitely going to tell you what I did. So first off, I muddled some strawberries. I added peach wine that I got from Aldi for like $5, and it's actually really good. And then a shot of vodka, sparkling water, and a little mint leaf, and you have to slap the mint to release the juices. Yeah. So just like put that in a huge ice cube because I love my huge ice cubes. So mix it up, and it is actually so refreshing and like summery. So I'm definitely gonna make this again. I recommend it.
Nice. Yeah. No, that sounds really good. Yeah, cheers. Sorry guys, like, the sparkling I love sparkling water. I'm obsessed with it. So honestly, if some sparkling water brand could sponsor us, I'm totally into it.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it out there. I love this stuff, but I didn't have a lot of time to get anything because I was flying back to the West, guys, and you guys heard about that IT outage. So I am back though.
She's back and jet lagged. Woo!
Yes. 3-hour time difference, guys. Takes a little while to adjust each way. But let's get started.
Let's start.
This was a little more interesting episode, I would say. Things are starting to pick up.
I liked it. I thought it was fun. You'll see why. We'll talk through it. I will say they did something different in the beginning. Usually they show like a scene, like a hook, someone fighting or her like looking sad or whatever. Today they had a disclaimer.
Cute.
That's it. A disclaimer saying, this is going to be a little sexy for you guys. Like if you have a weak, I don't even know if you have heart problems. If you have,
a strong libido or something.
Like,
and it was Jesse reading this, guys.
Oh my god, so funny. And then it cut to the ominous Bachelorette, and I wonder if this ominous thing is going to be here to stay because I think it's been almost every episode for a while. But we'll see. And it was just so funny that it was like this like disclaimer. But don't worry, we were ready. We had the gumption to watch. And I don't know if you guys did. Maybe you didn't. That's why you're listening to us. But don't worry. We will tell you all the juicy details.
We'll tell you. And I will say I watched some of this episode on the flight because it was on DirecTV.
Nice.
And on United. Hey, United.
And so United.
Hey. And my daughter was sitting next to me because she's 5.
Oh no.
So that was a little uncomfortable. I was kind of like this because she was we had to be split up in two seats. My husband and my 2.5-year-old were 2 rows ahead of us. And she was in the window seat and I was in the middle because I let her
look outside.
Yes. I was like, she was watching Disney Channel and I was like, my arm was here and I was like, do not. And at one point I saw her eyes and I was like, no. But Mama's gonna watch this.
For her to be sitting right next to you this was the worst one, guys.
The worst. I was like, of all the episodes.
Although actually this is really bad. I've been trying to watch Love Island USA. I gotta say, guys, I'm not a fan of Love Island. So like, not to do a huge tangent, I'm just not a fan of it. I know a lot of people are. I don't judge you. But like, there's a lot of making out and like My Baby. Literally, I like sometimes I just like forget that it's on. And like my husband came home, he's like, babe, what is on? And I was like, what? We're just like playing in the corner. I'm like, oh snap. I gotta take the channel because they're like getting sexy. Anyways, so yeah, I feel you, Arena. It happens, right?
It happens, guys.
It happens. And like they're so young, they'll forget. I don't know
the 5-year-old is a little different, but when they're like my 2.5-year-old, it's a little different. I think he's not really paying attention. If he glances, he glances. But like you were saying, like sometimes I just kind of forget and we have to, guys.
We're not mind readers. We know what's gonna happen. One day they're in a car, next day they're in a thong. I don't know.
Yeah, you never like you don't know what's gonna happen on these shows. Like, and that's another thing. Maybe they should sometimes keep it a little less spicy. I don't. No, I'm kidding. You know, people are never gonna go with that. So
I
never
know.
mind.
But just remember, Yusuf's daughter is watching.
Right?
Oh my God.
I love that. Thanks for bringing that in. That was a good idea. So, okay, so we start out.
All right, let's get into it.
Yep. It's a one-on-one date. It's Spencer.
Spencer, who's in my top 4.
Exactly. You've been rooting for Spencer.
I have, and I still am.
He's such a nice guy. I get why he's in your top 4. I think he's in my top 6 because I still don't know. But
my tops are changing, but I still like him. Yeah.
He seems like such a thoughtful, nice guy. She even said later on in the date, she, noticed how he was so like caring and would, buckle her seatbelt, open the door for her and things like that. And those little things add up to a lot.
Opened her champagne. Yeah.
He did. He just seems like such a sweet man.
And but also, like, don't you feel it's like the bar's a little low?
That's what's so
like
sad.
That's a little bit low, and that's why I'm kind of like, Jen, come on, like, but that should be the baseline. I know, but like all of the guys on The Bachelorette better. Just saying.
Well, yeah, come with your A game if you're not like that, guys. I'm sorry. Be yourself.
No, but like, not to take away from what he did. So continue. Yes. I'm just saying that, like.
But you have a point. It's true. And so they went on a helicopter ride and they drank champagne, of course. And it's like, it's that quintessential helicopter ride date in the
Yes. On top of Melbourne.
So beautiful. They saw the 12 apostles, which were those like sandstone like structures.
Yeah.
They got to see, and really, I would say this was probably one of the better helicopter ride dates because other times I feel like people were up in like major cities that were kind of like meh and not like a New York City or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of like, okay.
No offense to Toronto.
No offense.
Yeah.
No offense. Hey, I would say that about most cities. I would be kind of like, yeah. But if you're going somewhere to like Australia, Hawaii, which I've done a helicopter trip.
Hawaii would be amazing.
And it's amazing. Yes.
And bucket list.
With champagne, but I will never do it again because it was frightening, guys.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would be scared too, but I mean, this girl jumped out of a plane last week. So for her, this is like a walk in the park.
Really?
But yeah. I was surprised they didn't like land and hang out at the beach or anything.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what the 12 apostles are. Like maybe it's just like it's like cliffs, it's not really beach. It didn't really look beachy. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just like a natural wonder.
I think so. I should have looked it up. I'm sorry, guys.
I did look it up, and I still didn't really find that.
But only briefly. Like a natural wonder.
If any Australians are out there who want to fill us in,
yes, please. Hey, fans.
I just love all the Australian, by the way.
Yeah. Also they had the Australian Bachelorettes, the sisters. So, but we'll get to that.
I know we have to talk about that. Yeah. So Spencer.
Yeah, and like you said, they didn't really do anything. It was just a helicopter ride, and then we saw them going to dinner. So I was a little surprised there wasn't more to it too.
Right.
But maybe they're running.
Literally them in the. Yeah, they probably just. I mean, there was so much drama to cover, so
they could have cut something choosy.
Too. Yeah. She looked amazing. She had this like floor length, strapless pink gown, literally had a train, another pink shawl, and she looked beautiful. I will say though, I'm starting to really like notice this shawl trend, and like I'm just wondering if they're faux or not. I reached out to Style Spotter on Instagram, and they always do like the breakdowns of what everyone's wearing, and she said that most likely this one was fake, but other ones have been real. So I don't know, in case anyone wonders. I was curious. I also asked her about Erin's pearl necklace, and she thinks it's fake. I think it's fake too. I mean, it would be really expensive.
It would, if it was real pearls.
It would be giving grandma if it was like, I mean, it already kind of is.
But Erin's now left the show, so yeah. But we'll talk about that later.
We'll never know.
Yeah, he could show back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they went to dinner, and like you said, her gown was beautiful. I loved it. I will say this though, I really do like Spencer, but I did not love his suit pants, like his trousers.
Oh, I don't even
I know
remember
that's a
that.
style to be kind of shorter, but I felt like it
Oh,
was too short. And
it
I
is
felt
very common in Australian fashion,
okay, but
though.
he's
I
in
will say
Australia.
those. I know, I
No,
know.
but I know. I know what
Girl,
you're
I
saying.
agree with you.
When in
Just
Rome.
saying, I know, right? When in Australia, like men wear capris. It's so common,
Which is
so
totally fine.
tight.
That's totally cool because yeah,
Maybe
but
he's just trying to
I think it's
fit
great
in.
though that he went like maybe he did that on purpose then, and you know what? I congratulate you or I cheer you on, Spencer, for taking that fashion risk,
Fashion
and
risk.
I applaud you for it. That's what I'm looking for. I applaud you for
Yeah.
it. I just because I just
YOLO.
noticed it. That's all.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. I don't care.
Totally agree. I mean, again, I'm not saying I like it. I don't know if Jen likes it. I mean,
Well, she was
but
making.
anyways, it is something I will keep an eye out
Yeah.
for. I think
Oh,
that's
maybe
something we need to watch.
yes, that could be a style.
Yeah, could be.
You do use Spencer. I know I
Yeah,
hate using that term all the time, but it's still a thing. Um,
it's a
so,
good term.
so then they're talking, of course, and this is the time when the contestant, which I hate saying it that way, but one of the eligible men on the cast reveals something about themselves that's really, a part of who they are has made them who they are, part of what's made them who they are. And
hmm
he, explained to her that he had been engaged before and he thought this was the woman he
Yeah.
was going to marry. However, she went on a trip and came back and basically said she needed time to think about things, took her stuff to her parents, and he later finds out that she had cheated on him repeatedly. And he doesn't know at this point, to this day, the extent
Like
of
how
it.
much? Yeah. Oh,
So, but
so
he knows it was more than
sad.
once. That's what he
Oh
knew.
my God.
And he felt broken and he went through a dark period.
Yeah.
He went through a really, really tough
That's
time, obviously, and I totally understand why.
yeah.
And so with that, Jen was also like, she was understanding and she basically asked him a very good question and said, so basically, has that made you basically skittish to want to get engaged?
Yeah.
And I love the way sometimes the people who are on the show kind of begin when they explain things and you're almost like, what's going to happen? And then it's like, but I am absolutely into like
It's just so this show is just
absolutely.
like such a mind fuck because it's like I don't like cheaters. If
Yeah.
you're with me, we are together. Have fun on your group date. Bye. Like it's just so and then at the end it's like I know you've had deep relationships with like 3 to 4 people,
Yeah.
but now it's just you and me. And like I'm still waiting. Like I think this would be the like most obvious yet groundbreaking thing
Mhm.
if one year the Bachelor or Bachelorette are just like, surprise, we're a throuple. Like at the end. Like that would be so crazy. And I
Oh,
can't
really?
believe that hasn't happened.
That would be
Like I feel like
incredible.
now it's becoming
Yeah,
normalized.
it's more
I
normal.
just feel like that is a very we're talking about
That'd be interesting.
LGBTQIA
Mhm.
plus, we're talking about
Yeah.
diversity, but like we also need to consider that this show is literally built on polygamy and
Yeah.
like it would be a pretty natural progression to just be like, we are not monogamous. I don't know. Interesting.
So I think
Whatever.
that is a very good observation and prediction. However, I feel like because The Bachelor is on ABC, which is Disney and everything, they are never going to let that happen. But
Yeah.
that would make sense
But
if
like
it
maybe
was,
after the show, like years later it comes out. You know what I
oh,
mean?
yeah,
Right?
like if it
Like
was
I'm
under,
just waiting for that to happen. Like, cause
like
I
under
totally
behind
agree.
closed doors.
Yeah,
And
or
they would edit it out. The
it's
producers
like
would be
when
like,
their
never.
contracts are over, then
Yeah.
finally they come out as like, or whatever. But like, I'm just like, I feel like that
Ooh.
could be on the horizon.
I mean, it could happen because let's be honest, like, yeah, you get to fantasy suites or overnights, and there's 3 people that you could have sex with. And by
Yeah.
that point, you also have met 4 people's families. So
Oh my
you've
God.
gone all the way to that point, and you can be intimate with more than one person, and it's totally allowed and okay. And intimate on
Mhm.
different levels too, guys. I don't mean just with sex, but also
Right.
like in an emotional level because you're learning so much about them.
Yes.
And when you're in those overnights, there's no camera, so they're
There's
talking
just
about some
so much more.
serious, deep
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, That's not okay. I wish there were cameras.
Right.
Come on.
But we need to give them some privacy. I know what you mean, though. So
I know.
But yeah, so what were we talking? Who were we talking?
So
Spencer,
many
right?
spicy takes today. Okay, back to Spencer. Yes, so
Spencer.
he was cheated on.
Yeah.
Yet still open to being on the Bachelorette.
Well, good for you, Spencer.
That's good.
He's doing a lot of work on himself, though. He's even said that. Like, and he seems like I said, he just seems like such a nice guy, and he loves pets, and that's a good thing. Animals.
She said he had golden retriever energy, which she has golden retriever energy. So like to me, that's a really good match.
She digs it. Yeah, he just seems like such a cute guy. Aw, like if I was younger. Wait, how old is he again? I don't even. I want to say,
girl, I don't know.
Late 20s? I don't know. But in my younger days, before I was married, I feel like he's someone that would be like, oh, you're just so nice, and I feel so nice with you. And that's such a lovely thing. So, you know, and they made out, so she likes kissing
and she gave him the rose.
Yes. Most importantly, she gave him the rose.
Yeah.
So he's still around.
Yeah, it was a cute date.
Yeah, it was cute. So then let's get on to that first group date, the Thunder Down Under.
Oh my God. Can I talk about this one?
Yes, please.
Okay. So the Thunder Down Under, obviously we knew this was coming. Okay. They're in Australia. Thunder Down Under is literally a euphemism of Australia by Australians for ladies.
I think we know what it is.
I know. They're performers and like they're famous. So, you know, Jen brings the guys to like this auditorium and they meet all the Thunder Down Under guys. They teach them these like little moves. It was so cute. I was like talking to my husband. I was like, get up there and do some. He's like, I'm thinking about it. I got it in my head. I was like, all right, don't forget him. But it was really cute. And basically all the guys had a chance to like practice them. And then they were tasked with picking some sort of like shtick, like a little theme, and then performing it in front of an audience. Jen and 2 previous bachelorettes in Australia, which I thought was so fun. And something that like stood out to me was one of them. Well, I guess I'll bring this up later, but one of them did have some good advice. They're actually sisters.
Yes.
Which was crazy. But I'll go into the advice later.
Yeah.
So we see the guys, they do their performances. Ones that stood out to me, I did think that Marcus did really well.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, Marcus did really well. He was the first one, I think. Why is he always first? Was he? Hold on, let me look at my notes. Let's see.
He was one of the first, if not the first.
I just wrote, oh my God, yes. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Well, anyways, Marcus, I think, was like an astronaut. He did well. Who else did well? Jonathan did well.
Dylan was
Oh my God. So Jonathan was a firefighter. He did really well. Dylan, I was so proud of him. I was like, wow, because I think we said last week that he was kind of like the gentle giant. Like he's sweet. He's a little bit like chill.
Yeah.
He does put himself out there for Jen. He opens up to her, but this time he put himself out there.
Guys. Yes, Dylan.
Good performance. He was the CE Make You O. I'm so bad. I don't remember. I think that's what it was.
Oh, yeah. It was cute.
Dylan comes out of his shell as CE Make You O. So that was cute. Who else was cute? Let's see.
Well, I don't know if I would say he was cute because I'm not a huge fan of this individual on the show, but Sam M came out with the chef thing.
Oh,
Chef Sexy, I think.
I thought it was like Fluster or like.
I don't make you Chef Fluster, like. Because she said that he like makes you flustered or something.
But honestly, like I didn't think it was that good. Like he got in her face.
It was not.
Whatever. Like I'm just sick of
it. It was too much.
This guy. I am so sick of him. He is out of my top 4. I don't even care if he gets to top 4. He's not in my top 4. Boy, bye. We'll talk about that more later too. But I thought he was just boring. Whatever. Devin did a great job. Oh my God. So he was definitely our less muscular bachelorette contestant. You know, the cameraman at one point, they like cut to him and his like lack of abs. Like, it was just kind of like,
Aw.
stop,
But I
but
love that
whatever.
he did that. He was so open, like, this
But
is my
his
body
confidence,
and this is it.
dude.
And you know what? Like, I didn't even care that he didn't have washboard abs like some of the
Right.
other guys. It was a lot for me personally to see that because I'm not the type of
He came in
woman
hot. He was like
who
moving all
he
over the
did.
place.
He was all it
He
was
was
a
a
lot.
flasher,
Yeah,
guys. He came out in a
yeah,
trench coat and was
yes,
flashing her.
yes.
But I mean, it was good. It was like entertaining.
It
It was
was,
confident.
it
And in
was.
the end, he's the only guy that actually had the balls to wear a thong. He had a
Mm,
thong on and he
mm-hmm,
was shaking what his mama gave him.
mm-hmm.
And like, personally, I'm married. I'm not, I'm like, I wouldn't. But whatever, like he just is so confident that
He's
like
so confident.
everybody is like, wow. Everyone was cheering. She was excited. The
Yeah.
Bachelorette, other girl, the Australian ones were
Yeah.
excited.
I
What did
mean,
you think,
it's
Karina? Did you
so
like
for
it?
me, for this whole thing, it was tough because that's like not my thing. Like, I'm not going to
Mhm.
be that person that goes down to the Las Vegas Strip and watches the Death Thunder Down Under, unless it's like a
Right.
bachelorette party or
Yeah.
a mom's night out. I'm in a mom group, guys, and it doesn't matter if you know because you don't know where exactly where I live.
Right.
And it's one thing if it's like a group thing and it's like kind of like, oh, but this is what this one person wants to do and it's for
But
them.
like one person or
I will
three people just sitting there.
do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but like it's not like my thing. Like I love men. And I'm married and everything, but I just I
It's awkward. It's awkward. And
It's
I have to say, Arena, another thing that I wanted to bring up, it's just like we've talked about it before, but there's just such a double standard.
it is.
Can you imagine if The Bachelor asked the
Yeah,
girls to
exactly.
strip?
Oh my gosh, it would never happen.
Hell no. That would never
Uh-uh.
happen. And like there's just so much less like sexuality put on men, I think,
Mhm,
than
mhm,
women that
mhm.
like for a woman to do it, it would be like rated R,
Yes. They
But
wouldn't
for
even
a
show it.
man, it's like this is ABC,
You're like, ho ho ho,
broadcasting,
they're being provocative.
starts at 8. See
Yeah.
ya.
8
Like
p.m.
8 p.m. on a
prime time.
Monday.
What?
Like, it's just
5-year-olds are up,
okay.
guys.
As entertaining as it was to watch, like in my mind, I was just like, dang, like they are showing a man, like they are
I'm surprised.
really doing
Yeah,
stripper moves.
they were. I
You
was
know,
surprised that it was.
it's like, once again, it's just like, whew, like
Yeah,
double standard,
it is.
If it were
And
The Bachelor,
it wouldn't
damn.
have happened. And I feel
Mhm.
like, really, I would appreciate if they not kind of, I would appreciate that the producers, showrunners step back and look at that and come up with other ideas from now on
Mhm.
because I feel like this is a lot. I don't need to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's totally fine. She seemed into it and I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, 8 p.m. prime time. That was a lot. This isn't streaming. This isn't Love
Yeah.
Island, guys. Okay, like
No, we're
that's
not.
different. It's
Yeah.
on streaming. There are no rules there basically. But
Right.
I
I
mean, it
know.
was
Oh God, Love Island. Compared to Love Island, though, this is child's play.
totally,
So
totally, totally.
do
But
this
then
on Love Island.
also you have the guys that may not have been comfortable. We know for sure one of
Oh
them in
yeah.
particular was not. But what if there were other guys that just went along with it that actually weren't
Yeah.
comfortable? Because I know as a woman,
100%.
if that wasn't something that we had to do or run out in skimpy bikinis and kind of be like whatever, I would feel 100% uncomfortable doing that. And that leads me to Sam N. Oh, Sam
Yes, let's talk about
N.
it.
You
So
know
Salmon
what?
was last, and
Hmm.
already he was against it. All right.
Yes.
He first off said, like, this is not what I would want to do to find my future wife.
Yeah.
Not
Makes
my
sense.
values, not my family's, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to represent this. And
Mhm.
then he hurt his wrist trying to do the worm
Oh, yeah.
as a stripper
Yeah.
would. And then he's just already in a mood. And so he basically goes out, and instead of bearing it all, he bears his soul.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a nice idea, but he kind of like sounded like he was full of bullshit. Like he was basically like, I'm falling in love with you, Jen. And that was it. He's like, that's all. And it was like crickets. So
It was
awkward.
so hard to watch. And I
All the
don't,
men were like,
what? Like,
What?
yeah, it was shocking for sure. And he definitely
Yeah.
backpedaled later. Understandably, he was embarrassed. I don't think he should have felt pathetic, though. He used those words later, and I hate that he did that because you know what? Maybe that's what he was feeling at that time. Remember, guys, he's a love version. He's never been in love
Virgin.
before. He's only 25 or
Australian
26 years old, which I think is okay at
Married
that
first sight
age
Australia.
because these days we have way more options and opportunities in terms of meeting people and doing things with our lives and professions than you did maybe even like 50 years ago, definitely 100 years ago, when it was just like you're meeting the person next door or down the street and you're getting married and having kids. So like it makes sense that he hasn't been in love before. And so maybe though he really is feeling these feelings and it just wasn't the best place to say it. And he knew that. But like I hate that there are some individuals who were very mean about it and acting like kids in a playground and like bullying. And I really hated that because he bared his soul, like you said, and that was his choice. And you know, it was not the right time, but you know.
Later on, Sam M and Thomas N talk shit about it. You know, like a lot of things like did rub them the wrong way, but it turned into this whole thing. We'll get to that in a moment. I do want to finish like the group date thing. Two notable things happen. Number one, the chemistry with Sam M and Jen was palpable.
Sexual chemistry.
Yeah, the sexual chemistry. One of the Australian bachelorettes told Jen explicitly, listen, I actually ended up getting proposed to. I picked the guy who I had that kind of connection with. Don't do it. It was a mistake. You know? And I think that was real. I'm like, thank you. Like we're all thinking that at this point. And even more after what happens later. But anyways, that was interesting. And then who won? Jonathan, who looks like James Franco. I'm sorry. I think so. The cheesy smile. You don't see it. I posted that and he actually responded. Did you see what he wrote?
He did. I did see what he wrote. I can see why.
Yeah, the cheesy smile.
But
and actually, the picture I put, it wasn't that great. Maybe I'll do another one.
I just don't want to. I just don't want to. I know, like I can see why someone would say that, why you would say that. But I think just because it's James Franco too, I'm just kind of like I don't want to connect him to James Franco.
Okay, fair enough. But he did win, so good job, Jonathan.
Yes. Good job, Jonathan.
And then we cut to the group cocktail hour.
Okay, so Sam M and Thomas N, like we were talking about, I just want to cut to the chase. Those two.
Let's do it. They are
sitting there laughing while Sam N is talking. They are being mean girls.
I do not like Thomas N. I almost dislike him more than Sam M. Because I feel like he's just a little latchkey boy. Like he's just going along with it. He's a minion.
He's just like, yeah. And I just hate that they were acting so childish like that. I feel like, what is the point of that? What is the point of trying to make someone else feel bad? Because Sam N already felt bad. And I appreciate that Devin seemed to genuinely care and be like, that is so wrong that they're doing that. And what he told Sam N in front of the group basically was like, you should have no reason to feel bad about what you said. You should feel what you feel. Don't feel bad about that. Yes, your feelings are valid. And he said it in front of them for a reason. He didn't even direct it to them. He didn't say you and you, which I like that Devin did that because he's still trying to make it about Jen. And Sam M and Thomas are making it about Devin.
Yeah.
So
they cannot stop talking about Devin.
They can't stop. And what is the fascination with physical violence towards Devin?
Ew,
what is
Sam is getting creepy. He's like, I'll step on his neck.
Yeah, why does he say these things? It's so weird. And this is all we're seeing. I'm just gonna say,
Jen's probably watching like, ew.
The show is edited. So granted, we're not seeing everything, but what they're showing us is making Sam M into the villain. And remember in the beginning of the season when we saw the trailer or the teaser for the season, and they were saying something about Sam and they showed him laughing and we thought, oh, they're just trying to trick us. No, it is Sam M. Sam N was the nice one all along.
Yeah.
So Sam N, you're great. And I'm sorry for thinking maybe it was you. It is not you at all. It is Sam
Although
M.
I still don't really think he's the one for Jen.
No, he's not. But
yeah, Devin was so classy. And then
so
of
classy.
course he talks to Jen. Like she obviously has like conversations.
Yeah.
He opens up to her about how he was overweight as a child.
Yeah.
And like we already know that she went through this big glow up. She actually was also overweight as a child, she claims. And they have a nice moment and he ends up getting the rose, right? Anything
I'm glad he
else?
did.
Yeah. And of course, that just grinds Sam M's gears.
Because he thought he would get the rose.
Oh, wait.
He thought that first of all, he thought he would win the Thunder Down Under competition. And he was cocky about it. And he was like, yeah, I mean, how could I not?
I have the most sexual chemistry with her. I have a feral, ferocious love. Like, shut up. Congrats that you got her horny at the end of the night after she hung out with a bunch of Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
Congrats.
All he does is get her horny.
Now we need to build the emotional connection.
And the thing is, they never, I'm sure they're having other conversations and there's more to their conversation. They're just not showing it on the show. But maybe that's also because of what their relationship kind of represents, is that it's a lot of physicality. And I almost feel like she said, like, there's something about Sam M. And I don't remember if it was at that point or later on, because he did get on top of her later on at the cocktail hour at the end of the show. And was
cannot wait to talk about that.
But anywho, yes. So Devin got the rose, and I'm happy he did because all along, guys, if you remember,
standing Devin.
I've put him in the top 4, and I put him towards the top every date. I'm like,
he's climbing up.
Going.
You are right, Arena.
He's going.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that he's definitely top 4 now.
She really likes him. Yeah.
And he's actually good. Like, I like him. I actually like him. He seems like a strong, like, minded person. Yeah. It's not just like, oh, he's sweet or whatever. Yeah. Like, he actually has morals that he stands by. And he's himself. Yes. You know? Yeah. You're never going to get anywhere in your life without being your authentic self. Yes. And I think it's really great to see that. He's like inspiring me. And I hope that he inspires future men. Just in general, like I love that he stood up for Sam M. I thought that was so classy and like
it was, and I really appreciated it too, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So they basically wrap up that day. Like we said, Devin gets the group rose, and then we go on to the next group date, which was super small. It was only 4 guys. It was Hakeem, Jeremy, Austin, and Aaron. And it's race car driving. And that was fun because I like race car driving. Like, I think I'd be too scared to actually do it unless it was like definitely a closed track and there was all these safety people around and everything. But I thought it was super fun. It was a stick shift, and Aaron was basically like, I think I'm the only one here who can drive a stick shift. So my husband was like, what?
My husband was like, damn, it's a different breed out there. No one knows how to drive a stick shift. I was like,
it's not common anymore. It used to be like 30, 40 years ago, I think, and plus, like it used to be, but now I don't think like most people don't.
I feel like all it really says is that these guys never drive old cool cars. Like that's all it really
essentially
says.
Yeah, that's true.
But Aaron is the only one who knew how, and
but he didn't win.
He didn't win. Awkward. That's like pretty embarrassing. Austin won.
Austin.
I feel like I don't really know Austin.
We don't.
Who is Austin? He had one of the lowest screen times of anyone.
I think he might go next episode or
he's got a mullet for all of you who also don't know.
That's
sorry, Austin. Like he seems fun. I genuinely don't mind him.
Yeah.
But like he's just not really like a front runner.
He's not the one. No. But it's nice he got to win and spend time with her. And they made out on the car. Yeah. On the car hood. So that was cool.
And that's it. And then anyways.
And then they went to...
Which, Arena, I think we did miss the conversation with Sam M where he straddled her. I think That was on the
Was
group date.
that
I wrote in my
was
notes.
that then?
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. I thought maybe it was later, but no. So just to
Oof.
cut back, sorry guys,
Gosh,
but like Sam M actually in desperation straddled Jen.
desperation. Sorry.
Uh wait, did he? I'm like so confused. Sometimes all these little cocktail hours get me confused because now
Well, it's okay
whatever. I'm
because
just gonna
it's
say it,
part of
whatever.
the
This
story
happened,
with him.
guys. If
Yeah.
we're out of order, sorry. Whatever.
Guys, your mom. Just kidding. That's
But
not
like
why.
he did straddle her and basically she was like, you haven't even asked me to be your girlfriend. And he's like, will you be my girlfriend? And
That's right. And she was kind
he's
of
like
like
trying to kiss
this.
her. And she's like,
She was kind of
like,
like this. Yeah.
maybe.
Like
Like
almost
she was
overpowering
not
her.
having it. And
Yeah.
she's like, try again. And she made him get off of her.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of like had to like check himself. And he tried again. And then she said, maybe.
I
And
love that.
I loved that. I was like,
Loved it.
yes.
Because
I
I
think we
don't like
all got
that.
the ick.
Yeah.
Ew. No, I
Too much.
hate
He's like
that.
overpowering, trying to overpower her. Like, I
It
don't
was
like that.
desperate. It
Desperate,
was
but also
so
just using
desperate.
his body to to get her to do what he wanted. And I did not love that. And I love that she took control and was
Yeah.
like,
I'm so
no,
glad. And
we're
also,
not doing
I
it.
do think it was weird that she was like, I'm not even your girlfriend. Like, you didn't ask me if you're like, we're not at that point, Jen. Please don't try and be everyone's girlfriend right now.
Well, you know how they always say that though? Every season it's like, oh, this like you have 10 boyfriends or 20 girlfriends. They always say that in this show. At someone
Oh,
says it at
yeah.
some point.
Yeah, I
And
do
it's like,
remember Joey
but you're
saying
not
that.
all really boyfriend, girlfriend. Or just dating
To
everyone.
me, yeah. But anyway, so sorry. I just wanted to like clear that up because I think that
Thank you.
maybe we skipped it. If we didn't,
Maybe we did, but I'm
oops,
glad you brought
whatever.
it up because that was important. I
Whatever.
wanted to
It's
talk
over. We
about
don't have to
it.
talk about it later.
I wanted to talk about it though. I'm glad you brought it up because that is also one of the things about him that I do not like. And like I said, I know the show's heavily edited, so I know that we're seeing what they want us to see, but what they're showing us is someone who is the villain or one of the villains. I'll say one of the villains, and who is someone who is very much about using physical violence to hurt people to solve things, solve problems, bullying,
Talking
very physical,
shit.
forcing themselves on a woman. I'm sorry, but these are
Yeah.
all things that they're showing about him. And I don't know this man. I don't know what he's really like.
Predator
So,
vibes. I'm
like,
sorry.
that's what they're giving him on the show.
Yeah.
So
He's
it's just
definitely
based
gonna be in
on
that
what we
2-on-1 at
see.
some point with maybe Devin, but like that's gonna be like a cakewalk. So I feel like there has to be someone else that he like quarrels with at some point. Because I feel like if he were between him and Devin, like that's just a no-brainer. Like,
Devin,
come on.
100%
There's
all the
no way
way.
she's gonna pick Sam M. We
All the
can
way.
already see cracks in their relationship.
Yeah.
Where with Devin, I mean, he's getting roses.
Yeah.
He's getting applauses.
Yes.
Sam M is getting rejection and possible ick. So whatever. Anyways, yeah.
Okay,
I just had to
so
talk about that.
we
So
go like back to and this is real quick, guys,
yes.
because this group
Second
date
group
was
date.
so small and they had their group date nighttime portion. She talked to all four guys in depth because there were only four guys.
Yeah.
Aaron, like we said, Jeremy, Austin, and Hakeem. Hakeem revealed to her that he came from what they call a broken home. And I put that in air quotes, guys, because it's not a broken home just because your parents split up. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so they had that commonality. And, she seemed to get closer to Jeremy and seemed to like him more. And because he revealed stuff about himself as well. And, at the end of it, Jeremy got the group rose. Aaron thought he might get it, but he did not. And let's also keep in mind before this, I believe this is when he was talking about the fact that he has the opportunity to go and do his flight training, pilot training.
Oh, did he talk about that? I think I missed that.
Yeah.
Something that he did say that was a little bit like foreshadowing is at the end of it, when he didn't get the rose, which he thought he would, he was like, I really needed that validation from her. I really needed that to know if like we were moving forward.
Yeah.
And then he didn't get the rose. And I think that really got him in his head
But it was like
So
good
then we'll see what
because
happens. We already kind of mentioned it, but yeah, we'll
yeah,
talk
I
about
mean, it's good because let's like if we go on to the end, the cocktail hour at the end of the episode, like he basically was looking for a reason to definitely understand whether he should leave for his flight training or not because the flight training is like once in a lifetime. Like if you miss the opportunity where they're like, okay, it's your turn, then he may not get it again. And he was kind of going back and forth, not really, but a little bit like, should I stay and see where this goes or should I go? And honestly, when he was talking about that, I was like, man, go do your thing and live your life, your dream. It's not happening with her. And I think you know that. So he comes to terms with that.
He had his 5 minutes. Like,
he had his
go
5
do
minutes.
you. Go back to your life.
He goes and talks to her at the cocktail hour. And he's basically like, he tells her all this stuff. He tells her about the flight training. She totally understands.
Wait, this is like the full cocktail hour, right?
Yeah, this is
like
the full
rose
cocktail hour
ceremony
at the end for the rose ceremony. And he tells her all this stuff. She totally understands. But then he drops the bomb at the end of speaking to her about why he's leaving.
Oh my God. Yeah, so he says he's leaving. And then he says, which someone always does this.
Yes.
You need to be careful because some of these guys are not here for the right reasons. They're not ready.
Yeah.
And I love how she ended things with him.
Yes.
She was like, what? First off, are they not here for the right reasons or are they not ready? Like those are mutually exclusive, you know, which one are you and who? You know, if you're talking about somebody
drop the bomb and not even
giving 2 reasons, there's a specificity that is like there, like be specific. And he wouldn't say. He just was like both, which is so stupid. That sounded really dumb. Girl, like
I was like, oh
really?
My gosh. I love how
who
she got upset
Who
with
has
him.
both? Like, it was literally like, all right, well, you're being cruel. And then she literally is like, okay, bye.
I know. She was like, I'm done with you. Get
I
out.
was like laughing in my head. I was like, this man literally could have been honorably discharged. Like, go do you. Good luck. Oh my God, bye. Good luck. Tell Noah I said hi. Whatever. Bye. Good luck, Jen. No, he had to go drop this truth bomb, Mr. Fighter Pilot, and then literally like.
But I'm not going to tell you who, and I'm not going to tell you what. And bye. That's on you to find out. He's like, that's on you to figure out. And I'm like, I love how she's just like, not having it.
Thanks for that idiotic statement. Anyways, back to being the Bachelorette. Anyway, she walks him out and like you could catch the tension with the knife. It was just like bye. Anyways, he's out. Bye, pearls. But like then she actually did talk to all the guys immediately, which I thought was like super ballsy and good of her.
Liked it.
She just said like, hey, if you're not here for the right reasons, like own it. I need to know. Yeah, just get out. And it really scared a lot of them.
Yeah.
It just like all of them spiraled after that. So
they started yelling at each other. They were like, ah! Like it was just a lot of yelling and frustration. And then Spencer was over it and was like,
oh my God.
Everyone.
That was funny.
This is the most we've really seen him speak up too, I feel.
Yeah.
Because he's been Spencer.
That was good to see.
Yeah.
Golden Retriever energy.
Yeah, so then let's see what else happens. I mean, we learn more about Sam M and Thomas N being
mean girls.
I don't know.
I just really feel like calling them mean girls.
They are mean girls.
It's like Regina and Gretchen.
They are, and
like it's just giving.
I don't get it. What's the point? Like I don't understand. They're so focused on Devin.
It's giving minion to me. It's like he's a little minion. I have not seen an original comment from Thomas N this entire season, and I was so annoyed by that. I cannot wait until she sees him for his true colors, which is such a shame because we cue the Tyra Banks meme. We expected more from you.
Yeah, we wanted.
We were all rooting for you.
Yes, but alas, unfortunately, he has fallen into that category where he won't be there at the end. She's gonna eventually find out. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but eventually she's going to find out this stuff about those two. And they are
Yeah.
100% not going to the end. She is not picking them because
No.
they're showing us their true colors for a reason too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And also they are not developing the relationship
no,
with
they are not.
her. You know, neither of them are really getting deep
We're not even
emotionally
seeing
with
Thomas N
her.
anymore with her.
They're more concerned with their own
Devin.
things and with Devin and
They're
making
obsessed.
and putting others down to raise themselves up, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And, you know, Thomas N was so like prominent last episode because of all the fighting or whatever. But this episode, like, he wasn't really in it. And I just feel like that's going to be the norm, but we'll see. So, yeah. But who goes? Oh, Hakeem goes. And I knew he was going though. You know why?
I know.
I mean, we knew.
But no, the way she was, her body language with him before
Did you notice at the group date cocktail hour, everybody was on a couch with her.
Yes.
Hakeem was at a high top table.
Yep.
So weird. I'm like, what? Did they bring that in? Did she not want to sit on the couch with him? Like, that's weird. I thought that was super weird and like
it was more friend
unfair.
Vibes. It was
very
more
friend vibes.
and he was
interview vibes. Like weird. It was just like,
yeah.
I didn't like that. But anyways, justice for Hakeem. Hope that
and Hakeem seems like such a great guy. Like he seems like such a nice man, but we knew that it wasn't really gonna be.
Maybe he'll be Bachelor.
He went too early. He went too early.
He went too early. That's true. And I also just don't think Bachelor is ready for that. But whatever. I mean, like, honestly, they need to bring him back. He was a crowd favorite. Everybody loved him.
Bachelor in Paradise 2025.
It's coming back.
What? It's coming back, guys. It's coming back.
He's got to go on. Oh, yes. I would love that. I would love that. Anyways. But yeah. And then Sam N stays, which I thought maybe he would go because I did feel that she could have been freaked out with the whole love. I'm falling in love with you. Yeah. She was very nice to him. They had a good talk about it. But like, I mean, personally, I probably would have been like, yeah, he's not ready. Let's get him out of here. But, you know, I think she sees something in him.
She does, and I think she also appreciates that he was honest with his feelings. She did not love that he was trying to backtrack and say he was pathetic or something. She did not like that. That did not fare well. But she liked initially the fact that, hey, if that's how he's feeling, that's how he's feeling. And I can't knock someone coming here and saying that when she was like, I'm here to find love and I'm here to get engaged. So that's nice to know that someone's feeling that way. So in that way, it was great. And the other way, I think he kind of not ruined it, but like when he was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And even like sitting here with
that was a little weird.
That was a lot.
It was just like
being too honest.
Make up your mind.
Honest.
See, that's the thing. I think that's why I would have not kept him. Not just because of the whole proclamation, but more just like make up your mind. You don't know what you're thinking. You don't know what you're doing.
It's just a lot of emotions. And so who else?
I'm not, whatever. Again, that's me. I wouldn't want to be there and sit through somebody figuring that out, but whatever. And then Thomas A is out, who had the puppy in the intro. Remember him? That's all.
Yeah, we didn't really see them together very much, so that didn't surprise me. Like we've always said, it's the editing. However, there's always a dark horse type of thing. So I'm still trying to figure out who that is. Usually there is one who we don't see as much, but then ends up in the top 4. I want to say it's Dylan. I want to say it's Dylan because we're seeing him a little, but we're not seeing him a lot.
Every time we see him, I feel like just more things about him shine.
They do.
You know, they had that emotional talk last week, and then this week he really, like, guys, like he really put himself out there for that Thunder Down Under thing. I was impressed by that. I literally was like, wow, like he is trying, you know, maybe that's not who he is all the time, but I don't know. I'm going to say my dark horse is Dylan.
Yes. Dark horse, Dylan. And we know Aaron self-eliminated. So he was someone who also went home. Aside from that, was there anyone else, Julia, that left? No, that was it because Aaron self-eliminated.
Thomas A, Aaron, Hakeem.
Yeah, Thomas
I'm
A,
looking it
Hakeem,
up.
and Aaron. That was
Double checking, guys.
it. I'm
Fact
looking right
checking.
now who went home, and that's what
All right, you got this.
who they listed.
All
Yeah,
right, yeah.
so we're on
So,
to
I mean, she only has 12 guys now, right?
yes, I think
So,
so. Yeah, 12. Yeah,
is that a
Marcus,
small
John,
amount?
Jonathan, Austin, Grant, Sam M, Thomas N, Dylan, and Sam N, and Devin.
I feel like Sam N is out soon. And I'm hoping Thomas N too.
Yeah. Oh, and
We
Spencer,
were
of
all
course.
rooting for you. I'm gonna make that a meme on our page. I'm gonna make a meme of
Oh
that.
no, I don't know. Should
From
we?
Thomas
Okay.
N. Of Tyra? No.
Oh, Tyra.
All right, fine.
Yes.
Maybe when he gets kicked out.
Yeah.
Just like we were already. Anyways.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out, guys.
Yeah, keep an eye out. So what else are we think? So what are we thinking though, guys? Because okay, Julia, have our top fours changed?
Yeah, I think for me, Devin, Spencer. I still like Spencer. I kind of like Dylan and Grant. I like them.
So my top fours, Devin's still in there. Dylan was in there for me. Well, Dylan and Grant were in there for me. However, I can't leave out Marcus because she really likes Marcus.
I know.
And
for some reason, I just feel like they're not like I don't know. I just can't really imagine her like having fun with him.
No, like I get that. Like when I see it,
it's good on paper.
And this is like what I was talking to you about before. Like I almost feel like I'm not feeling a super strong connection with anyone yet for her. And I feel like usually like in these seasons, like we're the third episode now, by this point, at least with the Bachelorette, actually with the Bachelor too, but with the Bachelorette, I'm definitely feeling like, oh, there's like at least 2, maybe 3 guys that I really feel like she's really connecting with.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling that. I can see who she really likes. I definitely see that, but there's no one that like for me is really like standing out exceptionally where I'm like, yeah, definitely. I could definitely see like Devin. I know she really likes Devin. I like Devin. If you told me in the beginning, even though I thought she would be into him and everything, I didn't know, but I see how much she likes him and I understand why he's still there and I think he will be there to the end. I see how much she likes Marcus, and I think that it really helped having the Thunder Down Under like contest because that got her to see another side of him, allowed her to see another side of him that I think was missing for her because she likes fun, and she kind of saw more of like a fun side of him. And then like it's hard like those two, but then like Dylan, I love Dylan. I really love Grant, but we didn't see Grant at all really in this episode. We just saw him perform a little, but we didn't see them talk. And we saw more of Dylan this time. So that's why I'm like, Dylan's in there. But then the fourth person, I don't know. Like, I really like Spencer, but I still don't know about putting Spencer in there. And it's nothing against Spencer. I don't know, guys. I'm just kind of trying to go with intuition.
Don't know if he's going to really go long term.
I think he will to like top 6. I think he'll definitely be top 6. I don't know after that though. That's the thing.
So you don't have like a 4th person though?
I still don't have a 4th person. Like top 6 Spencer's
honestly
in there.
Though, like I mean all you need is the top 2 or 3. That's really the interesting stuff.
Devin's definitely my top 2.
Yours.
100%.
Yeah, me too.
Devin's
honestly,
my top 2. I don't know after that.
I feel like there's just like a certain level of respect that she has for him now.
Yes.
And like that is like there is respect with the other guys, but like I think there's just like this like very deep rooted like emotional respect.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's here to stay too. And I just love how he's playing it. Like I just feel like he's doing a great job like being himself, but also like you know, not letting all the negativity from the other guys get to him. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
I forgot to mention Jonathan. I think he'll go far too.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I think he could, but I don't think he's top 4.
No, I don't think he's top 4.
I think he's top 6.
But I think he'll go top 6 or 7.
No, I'm like 7.
Sorry, guys.
I like Jonathan. He's nice. I mean, again, like now we've actually interacted with him.
Yes, I like him as a person. I like you,
he was chatting about the whole look-alike. Apparently, someone said he looks like Russell Crowe. I think James Franco more, but
my G, no. No. You're cute,
whatever.
Jonathan. You don't look like Russell.
Yeah, God, I hate James Franco so much. It was like I was like trying to place it so hard, and then I was like, oh my God, James Franco. I'm gonna post another picture of it. Okay. We'll do lookalikes for all of the guys, not all of them, for like 4.
Okay, that's really hard. I don't know. Oh, Pete Davidson, obviously Devin, but
I don't see it. But whatever.
He's like he doesn't look exactly like him, but I understand why people are like a Pete Davidson type. But he doesn't look like exactly like Pete Davidson. No.
Yeah. Definitely the hair color and the skin color.
Yeah. The shading and yeah. But anyways. So guys, like thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah.
And you like it, share it, like it, rate us.
Look for our future episodes this season. We will be collaborating with 2 well-known podcasts that we will tell you about when the time comes.
Yes, we will make like a little post about it. Yeah. So keep an eye on our Instagram.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like we've gotten a lot more like viewer interaction lately, and we just love hearing y'all's theories and like
thanks, guys.
It definitely helps us like know what we want to touch on in our podcast. So thank you guys all for just connecting with us. Yeah. So much fun to get to know you guys and
thank you
talk about it.
It's really fun. Yeah, it really is fun talking about it with people, and we're so glad that you're listening and watching us and subscribing. So please keep subscribing. Feel free to rate us if it's 5 stars, and tell your friends and family. Tell anyone you know who's into it. Share us, and thank you so much just for being around. And we look forward to recapping the next episode because we are moving through the season, guys.
Wait, we have to say really quick, guys. I know we're wrapping up. Next episode is when the guy from her past comes back.
Who's it going to be?
So we don't know. This could be like a Caitlin Bristow, Nick Viall thing where he actually joins the crew. Or it could just be a wrench thrown at her and we'll just have to see how she navigates it.
Or is it a trick? Are they tricking us? We never know.
Could be Aaron. I don't know. But yeah, we're excited for next episode. So we'll tune in with you guys then.
Yes.
Bye.